Welcome, Ultimate fans, to Fortress Obets for the PUL's Championship Weekend. On behalf of the players, coaches, staff, and everyone who has worked to make this happen, we are thrilled you're here for this exciting matchup between Raleigh Radiance and Columbia Revolution Pro. My name is Nick Gill, joined by Toby Balzar, and we will be your announcers for today.
Yes, Nick, welcome. The teams of the PUL are committed to the league's vision to center humanity, empower and support athletes' physical and mental wellness, and strive to be anti racist in all we do. Our work for equity in our sport aligns and intersects with the battle against discrimination in all its forms. With this purpose in mind, we invite you to reflect on how far we've come and how far we have to go before our sport is truly equitable.
A quick rundown for those who may not be familiar with the rules of Ultimate. The objective of Ultimate is to move the disc down the field with the goal of catching a disc in the end zone for a score. There are four 12-minute quarters, and in the first three quarters, once the clock runs out, the final possession will continue until there is a score or another turnover occurs. In the fourth quarter, the game will end at the buzzer, providing opportunities for a buzzer beater scenario. Players cannot run with the disc, although the disc can be passed in all directions. Ultimate is a self officiated, non contact sport, meaning the players themselves call their own fouls and resolve disputes. The rules are based on the USA Ultimate 2022 rules with some timing and play stoppage modifications. We have third party observers to help move the game along and actively call in and out of bounds calls or other specific calls. So, Toby, during this season, we saw a matchup between Raleigh Radiance and Medellin Revolution before in Week 7. Score 16-12 Revolution. What are your thoughts on that game, and how do you think the players are going to come into this one?
Yeah, that was a great regular season game. It was really the score at the end was a little bit misleading. Raleigh actually took half in that game 7-6, and then just in the second half had a little bit of a what I'm going to call false start coming out of halftime. So coming out of that half, they actually gave up 4 points right out of half. So definitely a learning moment, I think, for the Raleigh team. I'll be curious what sort of adjustments they make. Particularly on the defensive side of their game. Something that they probably took away from that game is they need a way to slow down this Revolution Ultimate offense. So I'd be very curious to see what kind of different defensive strategy they might come out with today. I think that is going to be a huge key to their game and way for them to win this game is they have to find a way to force turnovers. I mean, Revolution is a high velocity team. They're not going to give you any turnovers. So that to me is kind of what Raleigh needs to do or to capitalize and get a win here today.
Awesome. I'm always a fan of athletic defensive plays, so I hope we get to see some of those coming from Radiance. What do you think Revolution's focusing on coming into this semifinal game?
I think that they are undefeated in the PUL. If I'm Revolution, I'm thinking we don't. It's not broke. Let's not fix it. Let's do what we do best. And what they do best is they play fast. So they play with a great tempo. They are excellent at using the whole field, switching the field often and in the course of a point. And they're happy to play small ball. So you'll see that one of their like bread and butter plays is that they are happy to just take small downfield gains, maintain the possession, and really just chip away at teams. So oftentimes they are able to pull away in the second half because they've really worn down defenders on the other team.
Awesome. I've definitely heard that the Raleigh Radiance has a lot of depth in their team, so hopefully they can use that to try and fight back against Revolution's speed. Note update from the stadium. It looks like Radiance wins the flip and is currently deciding whether or not to receive or defend. Uh, Also, just like perfect Ohio weather, it is a little bit windy going from left to right. We'll see how that affects the game, um, as the wind obviously has a large impact on the flight of the disc.
Nick, are there some players you're looking forward to seeing out there today?
Um, there sure are. I'm not entirely familiar with both teams, although I've seen Radiance play in Columbus. Jenny Way was a standout player at her game against Columbus Pride. Um,
Definitely.
having a completely positive plus minus, almost no turnover, actually no turnovers if I remember correctly. So I'm excited to see her performance again. I'm really just excited to see the entire Revel Pro team play. Apparently, some of the players have been playing on that team for more than half their lives, and they have some of the best chemistry possibly in the world because of that. So, getting the opportunity to see Ultimate from outside America here today is going to be a wonderful thing to experience.
Yeah, I think that is definitely a strong suit of Revolution. Is they play just a different style than we're sort of used to seeing in American Ultimate. So it's very fast paced. It's very exciting. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the Cardenas sisters today and seeing the kind of style that they play. In the last game against Raleigh in the regular season, which Revolution won that game, I believe it was 16-12 in the final score. Um, Valeria Cardenas had just an all-star standout game. So I'm excited to see her and her sister as well play today.
Awesome. It looks like Revolution is going to be pulling upwind on D to start quarters 1 and 3. So they will be getting 7 on the line here soon and pulling to Radiance to start off the game.
Looks like what you're seeing on your stream now, they're doing the announcing of all the players there live in the stadium. I wish we got some footage. I know that Revolution is known for their on field dancing, their pregame dancing. So I was lucky enough to be on their sideline when they played Nashville Nightshade this year. And I'll tell you, their sideline vibe is pretty hype. It's pretty great.
Sideline presence is always key in ultimate games, especially in those tough third and fourth quarters when everybody's starting to get tired and really just need to grind out points.
Yeah. We're getting some notes from the fields here too that the mile per hour of wind is about 12 to 15 miles per hour. So be interesting to see what sort of defenses we're going to see. If we're going to see mostly person or given the wind, if teams are going to try and show something different. I think that this definitely benefits Raleigh, right? Because in that wind, you're going to slow down teams a little bit, force them to do something different. Although I would say standout point for Raleigh is also their long game, so we'll see if how they can deal with the upwind situation.
True. Raleigh's going to really have to dig into their deep roster and use all their athletes to grind out longer points. But when they're going downwind, they may have some opportunities for some massive bombs to the end zone to quickly close out points.
Another player I'm looking forward to seeing today is Dawn Colton, fresh off of her college ultimate championship with UNC Pallades and also the 2022 Callahan winner. So I'm excited to see her play today as well.
For those unaware in the audience, the Callahan winner is sort of like the Heisman winner of college ultimate, and there is one each year from each division.
It's interesting. You can see just in the announcing of these teams just how much smaller the Revolution roster is than the Raleigh roster. So I know this is, unlike the last time they played, Revolution was coming off of a road trip, and this was, I think, their fourth game when they played Raleigh. Today they're going to have, should have fresh legs. This is their first game of the weekend, of our championship weekend. So definitely could favor them here as well.
Aside from the winds in the stadium, this is a perfect day in Columbus, Ohio. The temperature has been scorching hot for the past week, but it cooled down to just about the 70s today. With the wind, that should keep the players plenty cool, hopefully not overheating, and able to have a long, hard game and make uh, amazing plays.
You can see in this shot too, longtime Revolution coach Mauricio Moore there with his patented hat look at the end of their line there. He was a lot of fun to watch coach. He does an incredible job with his group, and he's been coaching the Columbia national teams and the Revolution Sports Club team since 2004. So he's been with a lot of these players, since they were 9, 10 years old. So they have a lot of history on this team, and it's awesome to see their chemistry on the field and how much fun they have in the sideline as well.
Speaking of
Do you see one
chemistry,
of
it
the
looks like
So, Nick, this is our second semi of the day. We know that in the first semi, we saw DC Shadow with a pretty handy win over Indy Red. So, if you're DC Shadow, I bet you they're in that stadium right now watching this game, seeing what they can learn in preparation for tomorrow's championship matchup.
definitely this is a perfect opportunity to see the get an idea of the kind of game they're going to be playing tomorrow. I'm sure the players and the coaches are all going to be watching this game really intently, trying to pick out weaknesses and see what they can exploit tomorrow. Looking at the stream chat right now, looks like we've got a lot of Revo fans down there. Appreciate all of you tuning in to watch this semifinal match. Looking at the Raleigh roster, it looks that like most of the women on their roster also play for Raleigh Phoenix. That is the USAU club team in the women's division. They took third at nationals last year. Toby, do you have any experience playing against Phoenix, or have you seen them play at all?
My playing days are a few years behind me, but yeah, Phoenix has always been a really strong women's team out of our region, and so I think they're going to capitalize on that chemistry. They also have a number of women that play for the UNC Pallades who are back-to-back college champions. So I think that would be something for them to really look for in this game is to capitalize off of that chemistry, almost do sort of pod lines and see if they can have some players kind of look to find one another that they're used to finding on the field.
Awesome. It looks like the players are heading to the lines now. Should be getting a poll here pretty soon. Again, we have Revolution pulling to start on defense and Rally coming out on offense.
Yeah, definitely excited for this game. If you look at the weekend, this is the matchup that I was most looking forward to. Again, I'm curious what Raleigh can take from having played Revolution already once this season. This is also a rematch from our 2019 championship game. So these teams do, even though they are very far apart geographically, they do have a lot of history with one another. And I know that Raleigh is definitely fighting to give Revolution their first ever loss in the PUL.
That's true. They are completely undefeated in this league. Any team that can take them down this weekend will have that first win over Revolution. Or Revolution may just win it all and keep their streak going.
All right, here we go. Getting underway with Revolution with the opening pool of our second semifinal of the weekend.
Pole's going to land in the center of the field, right about the brick mark. Some quick swings from Raleigh. Getting a
Raleigh
deep
doing a really nice job chewing up yards.
handler swing for a bit of a loss, but quickly making it back up with some handler movement early. A shot at the end zone and a
Oh, what a
layout grab.
grab. That was really nice work there by Raleigh. What a strong start for them.
They had amazing patience too. It looks like their cutters were struggling a bit to get open, but they just took their time, moved it up the field with their handlers, and took their opportunity to punch it in.
Yeah, Raleigh really playing their style there. You can see their cutters giving a fair amount of distance from the disc and then able to really make some big gains on some comeback cuts and, move the disc pretty effectively down the field.
Looks like we're getting another look at that layout grab, saving the possession and setting it up for an easy score right there.
Yeah, that grab looks like be coming from number 44, Heather Zimmerman. What a grab.
Strong hold to start off the game. Looks like Raleigh's now going to be pulling Revolution. See if they get an opportunity to break, or if Revolution will fire back with their own quick score.
Yeah, this would be a great start if you're Raleigh to get a break right here. And also, it looks like it's, from our angle, a bit of an upwind.
Pole goes just over half field. Quick centering pass. Revolution with a far shot, intercepted by Raleigh's defense.
Oh, an unfortunate give back.
And a
Nice
nice
quick
shot.
play. Both teams look like they want to play with some tempo today. We're going to see some exciting ultimate out here. Looks like that goal was by number 15, Elizabeth Mascara. She has one of the most interesting background stories I think I've heard. She was training in Colombia and preparing for ultimate and was spotted by some track coaches down in Colombia, and they said, "Why don't you come train for our Olympic team down here?" She said, "Yeah, no thanks. I'm really focusing on ultimate right now." So she's got some pretty amazing speed for sure.
You can see her turn on after that drop, running straight through the end zone and making plenty of space to catch it behind the defenders.
Okay, so we're just continuing on serve here. So far, both down one scores. See who can capitalize, get their first break of the game.
Revolution with a nice pull, making it barely past the break mark. Shooting a quick pass to the sideline and centering it back to the middle. Raleigh looking to swing it to the far sideline. And it looks like there is a call on the field.
This to be potentially a downfield, either pick or some sort of contact downfield. So it's going to stay with the thrower. I think they're probably just discussing the stall count now.
And a shot up by Raleigh Radiance. Looks like they're going to overthrow the receiver.
That's okay. I think if you're Raleigh in this game, you want to play sort of high risk, high reward. You know that you have to score a lot to beat this team, so they're going to take their shots today. Some great person defense here.
Big swing going up, bit of a jump ball.
Oh, great.
Raleigh able to secure it. Taking no time trying to move the disc across the field. Another floaty one.
Oh, looks like
Looks
there's a
like it's
call on the
blocked.
play.
Seems like they're discussing contact before the disc happened, whether or not it interfered with the catch. In the replay here, it looks like it happened after the disc passed over them, and maybe an arm swung down and caught another one.
Yep. Looks like it's going to be a turnover. Revolution on offense. Some more great person defense here from Raleigh, really forcing Revolution to take their second, third, fourth look. Almost an
Another
identical play to the one we had a second ago, but the wind looks like the wind caught that one there right at the end for a turnover.
It's these long, windy points that are really going to test the endurance of these players, both physically and mentally.
Yeah, Raleigh's
Raleigh's
really got to capitalize here.
some handler movement to move up the field and open up some space. It's like they're trying to run an end zone set right now.
There it
And a shot to
is.
secure the score.
Bit
Raleigh's doing
hard
a
to
really
see
good.
from here, but it looks like that score was by number 28. Yep, Claire Rivere coming from number 20, Bridget Meisner.
Looking at this replay, they get a quick handler pass and a break from the back of the stack, and getting just a nice straight shot into the front of the end zone.
Yeah, that's it. Raleigh really did a really nice job there, showing their patience in the red zone, going through their sets, making sure they took advantage of that short field that Revolution gave to them.
Raleigh seems to be doing a great job of moving the disc to the center of the field as quickly as possible. Whenever the disc goes down the sideline, their first look is always a big swing to the middle. We've got them pulling to Revolution now. The disc lands at about the break mark. Revolution getting the disc moving quickly. Throwing a pass to the center, another quick giveaway. Moving to the sideline. More quick passes up the field. They swing the disc to the opposite sideline.
Now, this is great Revolution style. You can see them really using the full width of the field, making you play defense everywhere.
Coming up in the red zone here. Looks like they swing it back around. Great opportunity for a break chance. Laser throw. Looks like they're starting to tighten up their stack to make space in the end zone. Over the top,
Oh,
a nice
nice.
floaty throw for a goal.
Yeah, nice little bit of small ball there by Revolution. Just that's that chemistry we were talking about before the game, right? They maybe it wasn't their traditional end zone set, but they know how to find one another on the field. That goal was number 20, Cartanegna, to number 33, Valeria Cardenas.
That inside high release so powerful when you're going downwind, able to just float it out and let it travel into your receiver's hands.
So far, a great start for both these teams. We're at about 7 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, no team able to secure the upwind break yet, but the first team that does gets to then fight going downwind on the next point. Might open opportunity to take a 2-point lead. Revolution pulling to the sideline. Raleigh quickly centering. Another big shot
Big
going up by
play.
Raleigh. Again, a good look. Looks like the wind may have just carried it a little bit far out of bounds there.
Yeah, again, though, I don't think a bad strategy here, right? You have to, that's Raleigh's game. They're going to be linked to taking those long shots. And now they're asking Revolution to go the full field for their score. So I think that's a great strategy for them in this game. You can see here, too, if you're looking, this is Revolution sort of, they don't play a standard vertical or horizontal stack. You can see they're coming out in what they call a hex offense. And so a really good look at this widescreen here of how that looks.
Looks like they're swinging back to the middle now. Just resetting the stall, getting easy yards. They find an opportunity to start moving up the field. Quick
Yeah,
grab, still
great
playing that
tempo,
short.
great pace.
Some clogging in the handler space, swinging it to the middle. Thinking about shooting, finding more space. These Revolution players only touching the disc for 1 or 2 seconds max, if possible. Just these quick throws back and forth, keeping the defense moving around constantly. Still just easy swings, short passes, quick give and goes, a little bit of contact there. Revolution worked all the way up to the red zone now, knocking on the door of the end zone, looking to break. Getting away from the sideline. Just easy throws, resetting the stall count, keeping all of their options open. And a quick little throw and a nice grab for a score. Revolution with the first break of the game.
There it is. And you can see their style there. They really play, they love that sort of small ball style. It almost looks like, when you're playing like 3v3 mini or 5v5, and they're just going to take those short little gains and just do it again and again and again.
Here's a great example. Just a short 2-3 yard pass. Opening up right there and just making a 10-yard throw to the goal.
I believe that was Manu Cardeneos with the assist there. I'm not quite sure who got the score. It looks like the score is coming from number 57, Jimena Montana. So we're seeing here on our feed, there's really about 5:56 left in this quarter. So good pace of play here now. Let's see how
Deep pull
Raleigh
by
can
Revolution.
answer.
They have to work upwind now. We'll see how they do in these conditions.
Oh, short field turnover. Oh, nice.
That's exactly what the teams were looking for. That upwind break, getting that easy downwind break, taking a commanding lead early in the game.
Yeah, it looks like we have some bookends here for number 20. Cartagena with both the D and the score on this.
Revel does not waste any time. As soon as that disc is turned over, they're picking it up and they're looking to score right off the turn.
Yeah,
That is
the tips
efficient.
there coming from number 1, Torres, one of the team captains for Revolution.
Revolution pulling it, sailing to the sideline. Looks like it's going to sail just out of bounds. The Raleigh handlers are going to take it to the break mark, the first circled X on the field.
This is a big point here for Raleigh. They need to stay within themselves, get this point here, get themselves a little bit back on track. Oh,
Looks like they just
unfortunate.
overthrew the receiver. Revolution was doing a good job forcing the cutters away from the disc, making it so that the Raleigh handlers have to throw it up into the wind, try and make longer throws. Here goes Revolution, playing their short game again, just working it up the field. Raleigh trying to keep them pinned on the sideline. Keeping them on the sideline. Is that going to be inbounds, out of bounds? Looks like they're thinking about it right now. Looks like it's going to be inbounds. They continue to work it. Big shot from Revolution. Like it's floating. Pulled down by the Revolution receiver. And a quick toss around for another goal. Revolution with 3 breaks in a row. Momentum and just running with it.
Yeah. That assist was by number 8, Manu Cardenas, to number 57, Jimena Montana. Her second goal, I believe, of this quarter.
Four minutes left in the quarter. Raleigh needs to start making some kind of a move here to start taking some command over this game.
Yeah, it looks like a daunting score right now, but they get their upwind break, or they get their upwind hold, then they can get downwind and get right back in this thing.
Looks like the energy's still good on the Raleigh line. Dancing around, having a good time, keeping loose. Revolution with the
Oh,
pull.
what a pull. Just sails out of bounds. But man, what a long pull.
Using the wind to their advantage. If they can trap Raleigh in their end zone, it makes their options a lot harder in terms of resets. Raleigh bringing the disc up, center of the field,
Oh no,
and a
oh
throwaway on
no.
the reset. Revolution wasting no time, picking up the disc, looking for a reset. Up the line. And is that a goal? It looks like that was a turn, just barely. Raleigh getting another chance, picking up on the sideline. Shooting it up the line. A nice grab. Looking for another shot. There's huge gainers up the field here. Getting back to the middle. More resets, allowing the cutters time to get upfield and get set. Looks like they're taking their time with some handler movement. Just trying to work it up to the end zone. Swinging it around. And a throwaway.
Looks like Revolution with our first timeout of the game. PUL different than USA Ultimate. When you call timeout, you can substitute out. Both teams can substitute out as many players as they'd like. So, curious to see what Revolution is thinking calling a timeout here. Seems
So,
like
Toby,
Raleigh's just hit a bit of a few speed bumps here, right? I don't know if it's nerves or big game jitters, but they've had just a few miscommunications on their O line and just, really given Revolution some great field position or, just turnovers.
do you think that they need to change anything in the way they're attacking this game? or do you think that it's just a matter of
Right now, it
Revolution with the
seems
momentum?
more execution. Yeah, momentum and execution on Raleigh's part. I think they just need to take a beat, take a breath, check back in with one another, and just lock back in as a team. Right? I think that they're giving turnovers. By my count, we only have one block on the whole game so far on the part of Revolution. So really, I think Raleigh offensively just tries to need to kind of find their groove a little bit and play within themselves.
Here we go after the timeout. Revolution looking to break here. Getting a poach in the lane by Radiance. They find the open receiver. A shot goes up from Revolution. Two-person coverage. And a nice block from Rally Radiance.
That's a great D. I think that's something we need to see more of from Raleigh as well. I mean, at this point, when you're down a few points, you can't just uh, rely on the other team to make turnovers for you. You have to get yourself back in this game and get some big Ds like that.
Absolutely. It also looks like Revolution is taking a page out of Raleigh's playbook and just throwing the disc down the other end zone. If it works out, it works out. And if not, now they have to work it back up through that wind.
Yep. Raleigh with the timeout here. I think this is a great call. You've gotten your D, you've gotten your turn. Now they can call a timeout, put some more O line players back on, see if they can punch one in here. We have about a minute 50 left in this quarter, so a reminder that this is not a buzzer beater situation at the end of the first quarter. If the clock hits 0, that team is going to finish out their possession, and then the quarter will either end with a score or a turnover. You can see Raleigh coming out with more of their traditional horizontal stack, and Revolution sort of doing a little bit of bracketing here. Some nice defense.
Looks like the inside throw is a bit sharp. Throwaway by Rally Radiance. Revolution on the goal line. And there it is.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's been a bit of the story of this latter part of this first quarter. Is that Raleigh's just been giving Revolution a little bit too many short field scores, right? When you only have 2-3 yards to go, much easier and saving some legs.
These scores have been so quick, too. It's like you've been saying, they just tap the disc in, quick throws, and end the point right there.
Yeah, the score by number 96, Ferrero, with the assist by number 20, Cartagena.
Revolution riding the brake train right now. Pulling it back to Rally. Rally coming out with a sort of side stack, isolating one player. Finding a receiver on the sideline. Inside throw to another player and a shot to the end zone. Oh, and what a
Oh, what a
catch.
play.
Tiptoeing the sideline, catching it, and keeping it all in bounds. That is amazing.
Yeah, that's what Raleigh needs to do right now. Just play their game, play high risk. They are known for their long looks, their outlooks, and I think that's what they need to do to get themselves some points, get back in this game.
Here we're going to get a second look at this progression up the line. Inside flick. With a nice throw down the line. Just enough space to make it to the end zone. Towing the line, making the grab, and keeping it all the way to the ground.
It looks like that's number 6, Ginny Way for Radiance with the grab there.
She was a standout player during the Columbus Pride versus Raleigh Radiance game. No turnovers, no throwaways. contributing plenty to the team.
Yeah, I think that's another way you can see Raleigh get back in this game a little bit more is have some of your big players kind of take a little bit more of a takeover quarterback sort of role and just go out and make it happen.
Revolution working it around half field right now. 2-on-1 situation over on the far sideline, just working it around the one defender. Raleigh needs to find a way to break that up. Like they bring in the poach, starting to tighten up their defense. Revolution just playing their short game, working up the field, and a call on the field.
Nice little up line gain there. I'm not sure if it looks like maybe a pick on that cut though. I think that's why it's coming back.
Comes back in, just attacking that side again. Rotating back to the middle, looking around. Look at all that open space.
Yeah,
And a short one for the goal.
Yeah, that's some patented Revolution Ultimate there, really using the full width of the field. If you are good enough to take away their around backhand, they're just going to pull it back around and break you inside. So I think that's what Raleigh needs to find an answer for here. They have to create some more turnovers and see if they can take it away. You can see this around backhand, and then the defender knows they're trying to take it away, take it away, take it away, and they said, oh, okay, I'll just throw this buttery inside-out forehand across the field.
That forehand got them into trouble earlier in this game. We saw those two floaty ones come up when they were going upwind. But downwind, those are locked in. $14 left in the quarter. Not a lot of time. One team is going to want to try and secure the possession here when the clock runs out, and then play a very conservative game and try and work it all the way into the end zone to secure the score. Revolution launches the pull. Looks like that one's going to sail just out of bounds.
Looks like there is the horn for the quarter, but we'll go ahead and we're going to finish out this possession.
Raleigh taking their time. A reset back a few yards. Big gainer up the field. Another continuation throw. Looks like the Cutters are moving upfield right now. Going to look for a reset to get that stall back to 0. Now the Cutters in position. Nice grab by the Radiance. Nice floaty around on near the goal line now. And there it is. Inside break for the score. Raleigh with the final score of the quarter.
Yeah, that was a big one for Raleigh to get there. To be able to go into the half, or sorry, at the end of the quarter, just down 3. Feels a lot better, looks a lot better going into it just with that much of a deficit. Looks like that throw was by number 6, Jenny Way, finding number 44, Zimmerman, in the end zone.
In this replay, you can see him just working to the sideline, making space right there, and then shooting it past the mark, that inside flick. Such a dangerous throw in Ultimate. Being able to just step out and put it in the space where you know the mark isn't going to be and where the defender is going to be behind the receiver. You just run on, catch it, and secure the point.
Yeah, curious what coaches are saying in the huddle here. I think if you're the Revolution coach, you're just saying let's keep doing what we're doing, keep playing our small ball tempo, switching field. And then if you're Raleigh, I think, Nick, you're just talking about probably more the mental aspect of this game and just dialing it in on offense. We've seen a few points of some really clean, nice offense from Raleigh, and I think they're probably just saying let's look to find that more in this second quarter, kind of get our groove and rhythm back.
Absolutely. That score right there also really sets the tone for the end of the quarter and the future of the game. I hope they're able to take that momentum and start turning it on right now. Sort of clean up those turnovers and just punch in goals.
Yeah, often when you find yourself in this sort of position, they had a few turnovers. I'm sure they're going to be thinking about later, wishing they had back. So as a player, you got to look to your teammates, find it within yourself to get out of sort of that bad mental energy and find a way to get back to it. I mean, this is championship weekend. They're getting to play at an amazingly high level in this game. And so I think just think back of kind of let's have fun, let's do our thing, play our game.
They're definitely
So I
going to need
believe
breaks to
coming
get back. Definitely going to need breaks to get back into this. Kobe, what do you think Raleigh can do to try and stop this sort of unconventional offense from Revolution?
Yeah, I would be curious. I think that we have seen pretty much all person defense throughout that first quarter. Um, I'd be interested to see and just show Revolution a different look, right? Traditionally, you're going to play some sort of junk or zone. Is going to part of the strategy of that is to make them throw a lot of throws. So I don't necessarily know if that's going to be something that would work against Revolution, but at least it will slow them down and force them to just get in a different mental space. And I think it's definitely something I would try if I'm the Raleigh coach here. So I believe there we see teams walking to the other side of the field, making sure they're starting in the right place in the second quarter. And I believe that Revolution will be starting on offense. So Raleigh's in a good spot here if they want it to show something different, even if it was just for, a certain percentage of the field to show sort of a different defensive look here.
This is a great opportunity to find some momentum and really start that break train to claw their way back into this game.
Little shout out to some Raleigh players here. I see number 5, Jessie Jones on the line. She's a long-time Phoenix player. Pretty fun to see her out there still playing at this level. And number 22, Claire BC. Got to give a little shout out. She's did her college ultimate here in Nashville at Belmont University, and she's a really fun player to watch. She's very athletic. She's a great defensive matchup for some of these Revolution players.
Hole goes up. Revolution quickly making some throws to just move the disc up, gain some yards. Reported from the field, it says that the wind is picking up, may start to affect the game even more now. Revolution again swinging all the way across the field. Looks like there's a call somewhere. Most likely just a pick or some contact. And another call. Looks like there might have been some congestion in that handler space, causing a couple picks. Revolution on the sideline, fighting to get it off. Swinging it back to the middle. Trying with the middle. Ooh, huge bid from
Almost.
Radiant. Revolution really just taking their time. Tight
Yeah,
around the
some
handler
really
space. Able
great
to.
person defense there.
Ooh, and a long throw across the field, scooped up. Able to gain some yards and move the defense around. Another quick gainer. Right on the goal line now. Looks like the teams are trying to get upfield to try and cover the end zone. Trying to get around the throw there, around the mark there, and looks like there's going to be a foul. Mark knocked over. Looks like there may have been confusion after the call.
Looks like we have a few false starts here. I think players just talking about, moving when the disc is in as opposed to before.
Wow. And the fake to bait a bid, and then the quick pass for a score.
Yeah, that's a bit of a heartbreaker there for Raleigh. They really played some really great tight person defense on that. I think a really nice adjustment they made is you could see the mark kind of being much more active. And when they had Revolution pinned against the sideline, the mark sometimes coming all the way behind, trying to take away easy resets. But that's the thing with Revolution. You take one thing away, they're going to find something else to do. But a great defensive stand there by Raleigh. Revolution goal there by number 7, Ospina. She's a player that has really stood out to me in the Revolution games that I've watched this year. She is just super, super solid. I don't think I've seen her throw a turnover. So she's someone that, doesn't get highlighted a lot for their team, but someone that I've really noticed over the course of the season has just been such a dependable person with the disc.
So I've got an out of bounds pull. You can see the tents in the trees and the little cuts between this, and the shots between this point. I think the wind is really starting to pick up now.
Yeah, Raleigh working out upwind here out of a side stack. Really, oh man, that wind is howling.
Yeah, it looks like it really just ate the disc up, push it to the side, and force it under the cutter. Revolution again with an opportunity to score near the goal line. And now the wind working in the other team's favor. You see it there, just getting blown right over the receiver and into a defender.
Yeah, sometimes
Raleigh
those
getting that.
downwind throws are even tricky. They just catch the edge of the disc there and just go a little bit farther than you want them to.
So true. There's probably going to be an adjustment period for each of the teams. They try and figure out, how hard the wind is blowing and how much they need to adjust their throws to accommodate for it. Raleigh taking a huge shot upwind and just barely
Oh,
tipped away.
unfortunate. What a great upwind put there. Unfortunate the receiver couldn't come down with that one.
Those catches can also be tricky. Sometimes the disc just moves a few inches up or down right as you're about to go for it. Revolution firing back. And like you said, the wind pulling it right away from the receiver.
Yeah, both teams here looking to play a little bit of the field position game. Not a bad idea on a windy day.
Raleigh now on the sideline, angling their stack, trying to get a little bit more space to try and get it off. It looks like a miscommunication going to result in a turn down by the goal line. Looks like a pick or a
Looks like some
violation at
sort
the
of,
start of that.
yep, a downfield call of some kind.
And intercepted a throw. The Radiance player able to just step out of the stack and eat that throw up. Looks like they're going to start working up the field now. One of the players very open, getting easy yards. Just working up the sideline now. And a big shot, jump ball. Does anybody come down with it? Looks like it.
Oh, yeah.
Radiance on the goal
Looks like
line,
that's number
opportunity to score.
12. Yeah, it looks like that's number 12, Bacchus, with the disc right outside. A chance to score upwind here. Oh,
Revolution moving it back down the field.
yeah, they are off to the races playing that fast-paced short game. Oh, no more short game.
This wind is really hurting Raleigh right now. The easiest way to get back into a game is just those quick shots to just rattle off points, and the wind slows that down so much. So with the inconsistency and the popping it up, making opportunities for jump balls between the teams, feels like Revolution is almost content just to throw the disc down and just let Raleigh waste time working it all the way back up.
Yeah, these PUL games though are deceivingly long. I mean, I know we have about 5:20 left in the second quarter, but there's a lot of game left to be played here.
Another turnover. These
Both teams
forehands are
though,
really tricky.
yeah, it seems like both teams are really struggling in the wind a bit here.
Revolution, small ball on the sideline right now. Just working it up between a couple receivers. And looks like the receiver drops it after some contact. Raleigh with another chance. Oh, and a nice block by Revolution.
I think a smart call here by Revolution. Take a timeout. This has been a very long point and multiple turnover points. So so
Well,
timeout by
Toby,
Revolution here. About 4:30 left to go. I think just to catch your breath, probably get some fresh legs back on the field here after this long point. If you're Raleigh, I think you just keep grinding in this person defense that they've done a really nice job kind of generating some turns, and they just got to keep doing that here. If you're a Revolution, I think you maybe put your foot on the brake just a little bit. They've had a few uncharacteristic long throw turnovers, I think, adjusting to this wind. So if I were them, I'd go back to that sort of small ball, small gains game.
yeah, that seems to have been working so well, like really well for them so far. Um, Whoever wins this point is going to get a huge boost in the mental game. These points are grinders and can really wear on a player's psyche. Another shot from Revolution over the heads of the defender and the receiver.
Looks like perhaps
Looks
there's a
like
call
they're
on the field.
looks like a contested foul going back to the thrower. Revolution with another opportunity to score. Lots of false starts on this game. Looks like the players are really anxious to get that first step. Quick throw to some open space, resetting to another player. And another shot up by Revolution. And that's going to go over the heads of the receiver.
Yeah, super interesting. You see Revolution kind of really changing gears here and trying to use them. Perhaps it's because they're going downwind, so they're trying to take advantage of that and either create a short field turnover or look to score off of capitalizing on the downwind. But so far has not worked out great. So
Radiance
there's your
firing
short field
backward.
turnover.
1v1 matchup there. Oh, finding that inside angle to hit the receiver between two defenders.
Yeah, that was a pinpoint throw there.
What a decisive way to end such a long point. Here on that replay, we see a long 1v1 right in front of the disc. As soon
Yeah,
as that
great
clears
defense
out,
there. Yeah, that's the thing with this Revolution team that 1v1, the Raleigh defender really did a really nice job shutting down, taking away that first option. But then the Revolution thrower saw that, adjusted, and was able to pinpoint sort of a almost a no look to the second offensive player in the stack.
Revolution pulling up wind. Radiance with a great chance to get a deep shot and just punch a quick point in here. Looks like the Revolution has one player back as sort of a deep help. Probably players looking for a reset. Some kind of call on the field. We see the mark and the thrower talking, maybe some contact call or something.
It's some nice all around defense, though. They're really having to look to the reset because the downfield defenders are doing a nice job.
Finding a big open throw right there, looking to the end zone, gets looked off. Coming under. Oh, and just barely bounces out of the hand. Radiance has been doing a great job of finding open space and making those throws, resetting when they need to. Seems like it's just one or two each possession that just bounces out of their hands, gets overthrown or miscommunicated a little bit, and that's just it. Revolution with an upwind shot. You can see the disc bouncing up and down there in the wind, and an
Oh,
amazing
wow, she
grab.
come down with that. That's Mascara with the amazing grab there.
A lot of calls. This play starts back up. The disc is on the sideline, getting it around the mark to circle it back to the middle of the field. Again, just playing some short ball, quick give and goes. Oh, and just a drop out of the hands. Raleigh with another opportunity to score downwind here. Looks like they're just going to take some easy unders, gain some yards. An opportunity to shoot it. And what a
Oh, great
snag.
grab.
On the goal line now, looking to score.
It was Katie
Looks like they
Bacchus
take a
with a nice grab there. Oh.
just another slight throwaway. Maybe floated a little bit out of the way of the receiver. Revolution just working it down the line with the two people. Looking to get it off the sideline now. Raleigh trying to keep him trapped there. Looks like there's going to be a call.
Looks like our clock has winded down here, so this will be the last possession of the half.
Raleigh really needs to force a turn here. Revolution being able to get up the point. Oh, and there it is. Revolution taking the half 9-4.
Yeah, not a bad way for Raleigh to end this first half. You know, not a score, but also not giving up another point, not widening the difference here going into halftime. I'll be Real curious to see how Raleigh can come out of the second half. You know what they're going to go into their huddle, talk about, sort of regroup to kind of reset in this second half of this game.
Yeah, I definitely need a way to generate some more turns so they can start getting breaks and get back into this game right here.
Yeah. I believe Raleigh will be coming out on offense to start our third quarter. So there's a chance right there. If they can keep doing, they're playing some much cleaner offense towards the end there. So if they can keep doing that, this is going to give them the best chance to get back in this game.
Very true.
All right, y'all. Looks like we're going to take a quick halftime break here, and we will be back with the second half in just a few minutes. Yep, welcome back to the second half here. We have Raleigh, Radiance, and Revolution coming out for the second half of our second semifinal of the championship weekend.
Yeah, it looks like Revolution is currently leading over Raleigh Radiance 9-4. Revolution is going to be pulling to Raleigh out of this half. So far, the wind's really been one of the big deciding factors of the game. Apparently, it's about 15 miles to 20 miles an hour in the stadium. Raleigh currently working upwind from right to left on our camera angle here, making a quick undercut and a nice continuation up the sideline. Taking a big shot upfield. You can see the disc bouncing in the wind right there, but they're able to securely catch.
Yeah,
Raleigh now
Raleigh
in the
chewing
red
up
zone,
some nice yards.
trying to hop into the end zone, and they're able to get a nice strike cut for a quick goal.
Yeah, great start out of the half there for Raleigh, chewing up some big yards on those undercuts and then airing it out a little bit. I think the difference we see there is that a little bit of extra concentration in that red zone, able to finish off that upwind point. What a great start.
In the replay here, we can see the catch where they try to jump in over the line. And then that strike cut, putting the defender on their back, and yep, just floating it out right in front of them, making a nice, easy grab in the end zone.
Yeah, looks like number 34 Barnett to number 44 Zimmerman.
Well, that's exactly the start Raleigh wants to see out of this half. Easy upwind point. Now they can come back on defense going downwind, try to score a break, and take over the game from there.
Yeah, like we were saying before, I mean, I know we're just out of half, but these PUL games really do, with the clock, it feels different. It's a much longer game. Sometimes, often when I've either coached or commentated PUL game, I thought, man, we've probably played 2 USAU games at this point.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that with the timer, but I've never played a pro game before.
Yeah, I think it's just the pacing is different too, and then you just sort of, I think maybe it's too, you're paying more attention to what the time actually is because you do have to pay attention to what the clock is saying. So it could just be that it mentally feels different.
The field is larger too, right? Like it's wider for sure, and then maybe a bit longer.
Just a tiny bit. I mean, definitely not the same as AUDL. The AUDL field is much wider, so you see those big, big swings in AUDL, and so it's not definitely not the same there.
Gotcha. Looks like Revolution is working it up here, taking a long shot through the middle, and that's going to result in a turnover. Looks like the wind might have just affected the release of that flick, pushing it to the side and pushing it away from the receiver. Raleigh with a break opportunity. They're really going to want to score it here, shooting it deep. That one's going to get carried over the heads of everybody downfield. Revolution quickly getting the disc moving. So they're going to take a short strike cut upfield. Looking long, faking it off. Short swing to the middle. Raleigh defense settling in. Tight person defense contesting that throw. Another throw putting Revolution on the sideline. Raleigh looking to kill the dump and try and force them there. A nice saving grab on an around swing. Looks like there may be a call on the field.
Yeah, nice little adjustment there by Raleigh. You could see the mark really turning around, sliding behind, trying to make that reset hard. It did make it hard, but the Revolution player able to come up with it.
That's the kind of
I think there's
defense
a,
Raleigh is going to. That's the kind of defense
yeah,
Raleigh's
for
going to want to get
sure.
here. Just the constant pressure and contested throws. It's going to start really challenging Revolution and give them opportunities to get Ds and then breaks.
I'm not sure the discussion on the field is either, is it up or down, or also asking maybe some sort of contact when the Revolution player turned to come back to find the disc.
Well, it looks like it's actually an injury call on the field. Looks like they're subbing in a
Nice.
player. Raleigh trying to keep the disc pin on the sideline and forcing a tight window, resulting in a turn. Big gainer for Raleigh right now, letting the cutters get upfield.
Ooh,
Oh, and
almost.
what a great layout. Able to get their hands on the disc, but not able to secure it after they hit the ground. Revolution quickly moving back up the field, gaining easy yards here as the defense catches up. Again, on the sideline, looks like they're going to try and trap him here again. And another contested catch. Another contested catch. Raleigh just right on the heels of all these Revolution receivers. Quick resets, stall. Nice gainer. Revolution able to make some space, get some separation from their defenders. Revolution looking to swing the disc away from that sideline, trying to keep it away from there and not get trapped again. Do a great job of just resetting and moving the disc up once they have open cuts. Inside window, very tight inside window, caught by Revolution. Quick switch defense by the Raleigh defenders. Finding an open throw over the middle. Revolution having to make a lot of throws, but they're coming up, down with them. Another inside window. And a quick backhand to score the goal.
Yeah, out of half, 2 upwind scores here. So I think teams making that nice adjustment to the wind.
Yeah, those inside flicks, very tricky throws, especially with the wind. You have less fingers on the disc. Revolution is just firing them off almost pinpoint. Here we can see the mark comes off, and as they're coming back in here, they find a cutter cutting across that inside flick, and then just a wide open, easy throw for that goal.
Yeah, looks like number 8, Manu Cardenas, to number 9, Hoffman for the score. That's point taking a lot of time there too. Already down to 8 minutes in this third quarter.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth on that one. Each team was able to work it down pretty far, but then there were just unfortunate turns, and then the other teams worked it back just as easily. Revolution pulling down to Radiance. Nice pull, bouncing up to the handlers. Looks like there's a bit of a double team. Finding a long open window. What a gainer. And a big shot from Raleigh. Looks like they're going to overthrow the receiver just a little bit. Revolution picking it up, immediately shooting it upfield. Working into the middle of the field now. A couple more quick give and goes. Just finding that open space, making those easy resets. And a wide open player in the dump space. Raleigh looking to contain here. When a low throw, scooped up. Raleigh just allowing those swings to go off. Looking like they're really trying to keep the Revolution players from making downfield momentum. Short strike cut. Still on that sideline. Finding an inside window. Working towards the middle of the field now. Looks like there's going to be a call there. Some contact. Looks like legs collided. That's likely going to be an injury call.
It looks like number 20, Mary Rippey, walking off the field. Hopefully everything's all right.
Revolution moving the disc again. Raleigh trying to keep them trapped on the sideline there. Really limiting the space that they have to work with. Revolution still finding it though. And all the way up the line for the score.
Oh,
Revolution with, oh no, called back. Looks like maybe a pick call right there. go. Radiance trying to keep them on that sideline, keep them in that small little window right in front of the end zone. Oh, and a lucky throw over and a turnover right in the end zone. Radiance with another opportunity to hold. Finding a cutter in the open space in the middle. No mark, so no stall count. Plenty of time to work with. Going to be a foul call right there. Looks like they just got tripped up together. Mark on now, looking for the reset. Players going deep. Looks like they're going to get looked off. And a poach D by Revolution.
Yeah, you can see Revolution playing a little bit looser, definitely fronting all of their cutters. Just able to make a heads up D there.
Get on the
Oh,
sideline.
great run
Raleigh.
through. Ooh, that run through D was by number 4, PUL. Great heads up run through.
Nice inside shot. Looks like there's going to be another call. Those kinds of Ds are what we need to see from Raleigh if they want to get back in this game.
Yeah, for sure.
This is still an O point, but just as important to hold and also try and secure it quickly so that they don't run out of time. Looks like the throw is going back to the thrower. Players are turning to where they were on the field at the time of the throw. And a shot going up by Raleigh. It's like just a bit short. The defense by Revolution able to secure the turn. They're starting to work it down the field again. A lot of players in that handler space right now. Opening up a bit, finding an open receiver. They're just playing their short ball game, working it down the sideline.
Yeah, really tight, really packed close to the disc. You see Raleigh still playing their very tight person defense, doing a really nice job. I love this camera angle shot we're seeing now. You really feel like you're the person with the disc, able to see the cutters downfield.
A lot of Raleigh players standing sort of in that handler lane, trying to limit their options.
And not a bad idea.
Shot going up by Revolution. Tested. Oh, jumped a little early there. Raleigh going to pick up the disc.
And not a bad idea. I've seen Manu make some very acrobatic catches in her career, so definitely not out of her reach there.
Likely just another victim of the wind right now. It looks like a timeout is likely going to be called. This point is starting to get pretty long.
Yeah, again, unlike USA Ultimate and PUL, when the timeout is called, you can make as many substitutions as you want on both sides. So maybe Raleigh's thinking, let's get some fresh legs in, see if we can put this one in.
Raleigh does really need to secure their hold here. If they can get this, they can again get another opportunity at a downwind break. Seems like there's been a lot of pick calls downfield. I think that the Revolution offense sometimes is a little tight around the disc and makes a lot of opportunities for defenders to run into the mark or the thrower even.
Raleigh coming out with an interesting set here. You see 2 players isolated on sort of the high side of the field and then 3 cutters on the opposite side. They're going to clear that space and try and isolate an outlook. It's like the wind just took that one though.
Revolution on the doorstep and finding a hole to shoot it through and score the goal. Revolution again with one of those backfield turns, and then just quickly turning around and turning into another point for them.
Yeah, they're really taking advantage of putting Raleigh in some tight positions, making them go the full length of the field, and then quickly capitalizing off of a short field turnover. You could see Coach Mauricio Moore dance onto the field. He's definitely happy with that one.
Getting the replay here, and yeah, look at all the Revolution players over in this space ready to look to score. Bringing three defenders over, opening up that space, and then just firing a shot right through them.
Yeah, it looks like that was number 33, Valeria, to number 13, Rojas.
Revolution pulling upwind to Raleigh. Looks like they're picking up in the middle of the field, gaining some yards with the handlers. Likely looking to make a quick score here and try and get their defense back out there and start getting breaks. Easy gainer. Another nice undercut. On the sideline, setting up their thrower in power position. And a nice floaty throw to the end zone.
Yeah, some smooth, clean offense there from Raleigh. Looks like that was Ashley Powell finding number 15, Carmen Tormey, in the end zone.
With the momentum right up from that.
Yeah, great momentum. These two both teammates on the Phoenix club team, so a little bit of club team chemistry there being shown on the PUL field.
That chemistry can be so huge if the players can find those pods, like you said at the start of the game, and just work with those. They may be able to work their way up the field and rattle off some easy scores.
Yeah, there's a number of players on this team, on this Raleigh team too, who played at UNC Pallades. I'd be curious to see how many of them came out of sort of the Triangle youth scene. Certainly been one of the strongest youth scenes in the country over, I'd say, probably the last 10 years. And I think that's why you're seeing the North Carolina teams with such success on the club level, on the professional level, on the college level, because they really invested in their youth ultimate there, over a decade ago. So they're really seeing that come to fruition.
Raleigh with the roller pole looks like they're doing more of a zony look or a junky look, trying to trap them on the sideline. Revolution just firing straight down the line, using the little
Oh,
space they
nice
have in
hands
a
up.
block. Radiance forcing the turnover, getting the disc moving.
Yeah, great little layout D there by Grace Connerly, number 23.
Something going on the sideline. Looks like maybe another timeout, trying to put the O-line on here to secure the break.
Yep, timeout there by Raleigh. That's a great idea. Try and get your O-line in. We got about a minute and 30 left here in this third quarter.
It's like you said, coming out of half, throwing some other kind of look at Revolution, trying to confuse them, slow them down. Looks like that roller pole, trying to trap them early on the sideline, take advantage of that short game, and then they were able to find that heads-up play when they were trying to swing it back to the middle.
Yeah, they did a nice job capitalizing on that position and really not letting any sort of inside break or around let Revolution open up the field. They did a nice job containing them.
Revolution looking to force the cutters away from the disc. Locking down tight on this reset right here. Throw goes up on the inside, floating over, and Revolution comes down with it. Huge layout grab to save the possession. Looks like they're still working it up the sideline. Raleigh poaching in that space in front of the end zone, trying to force them to throw it back to the middle. Looks like Revolution's going to work it around to the other side now. Well, it looks like that throw just got eaten up by the wind and pushed straight to the ground. Raleigh with another chance to score. Handler defense from Revolution, amazing, forcing the resets out of that space and forcing a turnover.
Yeah, a little bit of the story of the game there. Great tight person defense by Revolution, getting a short field and then just using their tempo to punch it in pretty fast. A bit of a frustrating one there probably for Raleigh. I think on that one, a couple of handler reset turnovers. I'd love to see them find sort of a release valve, maybe someone from downfield coming in for a big under and just giving it a little bit better of an option there for a second or third look.
Yeah, they really can't afford to keep turning it over right on the goal line because Revolution is just always looking to pick it up and move it so quickly.
And we still have, a whole quarter left to play here. But I think if you are DC Shadow, who's looking, they're going to play the winner of this game. Uh, you're kind of saying the same thing, like, please make them run more, please tire them out a little bit more. Although, in their road trip to the States earlier this year, Revolution played, I believe, 5 games over the course of about 9 days, 8 or 9 days, and I saw them in Nashville in their last game, and they looked about as fresh as they did on their first game.
Wow, just shows the athleticism of their pro team. Raleigh taking an easy under and a shot deep for an open receiver.
Oh,
On a
nice
good run.
bid. Likewise, it's fun to see Raleigh still airing it out here, using their legs as well. That's their game, so it's good to see them, still dialed into that and going for it here. It almost looks like we're at the end of this third quarter, so Revolution will have one more possession here to try and get one more goal lead.
Yeah, I love the energy. They're really not giving up right now. We'll see how Revolution plays this possession. See if Raleigh can lock down and try and block it to keep them from getting up that extra point. Swing it
I
to
mean,
the
it certainly
sideline,
is
finding.
can be discouraging to play in a game when you're down this sort of amount, but also you're playing on the top of your league right now. You're playing in the championship weekend, and professional ultimate league. There's nothing to be too down about. This is all pretty awesome stuff.
Very true. Looks like some contact after the catch. Revolution continuing to work it, playing very safe possession ultimate. Looking to swing it down the other side of the field. Looks like they just moved a little bit too quickly and dropped it.
Yep. With that, it'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. Revolution 12, Raleigh 6.
Should be Raleigh pulling to Revolution to start the fourth quarter here. Revolution with a chance to extend their lead.
It looks like both teams have made some nice adjustments to the wind. They're still looking to Revolution play sort of their short game and then take their long shots where they are, and then Raleigh really looking. They're getting some great, almost 20-25 yard gains coming under, and then taking advantage of when they do have that power position to look long.
Yeah, I like that they're still airing it out there and just going for those long shots. If they're able to connect with a few of those, they might be able to score a few quick points and really get back into this game. It seems like really
Yeah.
once they get down the field, Revolution is locking down in their handler set and making that end zone set a lot more difficult to pull off. I know that traditionally teams like to just run it through handler movement, but they're forcing the handlers out of that space and then forcing a high stall turn in this wind.
Yeah, we saw quite a few of those in this last quarter, so it'll be interesting to see if how they're going to try and clean that up here in the last quarter.
Looks like the teams are talking strategy right now, focusing in for this last bit. Quick shout out to our two Columbus observers, Sarah Butts and Jake Rathjens. Appreciate you two calling both of these games today and the game tomorrow as well.
Yeah, big shout out to all of our PUL volunteers over the course of the season and, of course, in this championship weekend. People really dialed in, helping out, helping the league here. It's been nice to see. So, Nick, in this last quarter, this is our buzzer beater quarter. I don't know if we'll have a buzzer beater, but always nice to kind of adds a different element to the game when you get to look at that clock winding down and try and beat the clock for a score.
I love seeing those when teams just put up the huge jump balls and everybody goes underneath them trying to get that one extra point. Even in a game like this postseason, where the score doesn't have much of an impact on the overall stats, it's still nice to see players just going for that type of thing. So I hope we get to see one at the end of this game. Looks like the players are taking the field. Raleigh pulling to Revolution. Another roller pull looking to trap them on the sideline yet again.
Interesting forehand roller pull. I haven't seen very much of that. I don't know. When I'm trying to pull up one, often we'll just do a little bladey backhand roller pull.
Yeah, that almost seems more like a disc golf throw.
Right.
Revolution firing deep immediately and coming down for a super quick score.
Yeah, nice read there by the receiver.
What a response to Raleig's defense. It looks like they just took advantage of those defenders coming in and they're just able to float it out over both of them.
Yeah,
Radiance hangs in the
perfectly
lane.
read, timed catch. Yeah, very nice there by number 20, Cartagena, one of Revolution's captains. The throw coming up there too from number 33 for Valeria Cardenas.
We've seen Cartagena on the board a lot today. She's come down with several scores.
Yeah, I think the Cardenas sisters, Cartagena, have been on this team for a very long time. They're very comfortable finding one another anywhere on the field.
Revolution pulling. Looks like this is going to land about center field. Raleigh with their side stack again. Nice high release backhand, getting a big gainer under, and a rip from Raleigh. What a response, putting the receiver right on the goal line. It's like a one-on-one in the end zone, looking to reset, get that stall back to 0. And that quick give go. Looks like there may be a pick call in the end zone.
And a nice strong throw there by number 28, Claire Rivera. Yep. Looks like they're talking out on the field, either saying uninvolved or maybe just taking back the call, maybe thinking the spacing wasn't quite what it needed to be able to call a pick. Great response there by Raleigh, though.
Absolutely. Just a perfect shot, getting it right on the end zone, then taking their time, moving the disc around a little bit, and just securing that goal. Here we see she gives her teammate the opportunity to win that one-on-one once she realizes that it's starting to clog up, taking that reset, opening up the rest of the field, and there it is. Interesting to see the call then retracted right there. In Ultimate, it is odd how the players self-initiate. You can't make halfway calls. You just have to make it and then talk about it. Energy's up on the rally line. Looks like there's that backhand roller pole you just talked about.
Yeah, a little bit more field space off of that one. Not
Let me
quite
real
as far
quickly
on the
send
sideline as the forehand that I was getting.
Revolution with a big gain under. Another quick under after the cutter gains separation. Looks like they're a bit clogged in the handler space. Spreading out, looking for a big swing to the middle. Revolution isolating matchups and winning those. And a big shot goes up to the end zone for a score.
Yeah, not sure what happened there if the Raleigh defender was trying to help out and take something else away. Sort of seemed to just lost track of number 9 there for Revolution. That is Manu Cardenas with the score. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Hoffman with the score.
Yeah, just barely winning the space there. And looks like Hoffman just realized that there was an open space, crept out over there. They get the throw to her, and she's able to just jump and come down with it.
Yeah, Valeria Cardenas with a nice outside forehand there to get it around that original cutter on the front of the end zone and find her receiver.
A lot of quick points this quarter. This is what Raleigh needs if they want to try and get back into it. They just need to find a way to slow down Revolution and force some turnovers. Revolution, though, not faltering, keeping their lead. Slow walk up to the disc here.
Yeah, I'm wondering if some sort of offsides.
Looks like it. They're taking it to the center of the field. Revolution in sort of a
Looks like
zone look.
yeah, it looks like they're a little bit of a point and wall. It's like a one. Oh, that one's rolling in their favor. In Raleigh's favor.
Yeah, now they have an opportunity to make one of those goal line turnovers and just quick scores. Revolution swinging it all the way over to the other sideline, though, and calling a timeout.
So perhaps a D line on to show them something different. Looked like a little bit of a kind of zone junk look. I saw them play this in the last time that they were playing Raleigh, and I love it. You have a mark on, and then it looks like the other two people that are in your front wall are, what teams will traditionally play a cup there, but they often are facing downfield and looking for cutters coming in, as opposed to, most teams will play with their front wall or front cup looking at the thrower. So they're able to really take away windows of downfield cutters because they're staring downfield, looking at where the lanes are, and then are able to make adjustments to take that away.
That's really interesting. I've definitely seen the cup look, not as much so the wall look.
Yeah, I'd love to get another look at that sort of defense that Revolution was playing. Right here
Looks
that we
like it
see them
played.
coming out on offense.
Yeah, that zone did exactly what they wanted it to, just forcing an error on Rowley's part. Now it looks like they're working up the field, taking their time, just easy upfield throws. Revolution getting their cutters upfield. Now, a lot of congestion around the disc, finding a window through. Raleigh still playing tight person defense, not giving anything up for free. Up the line. Nice grab. Revolution on the doorstep of the goal again. Throwing it over two defenders to an open dump pass. Looking around, another swing to the sideline. Have the momentum going. And there it is. Revolution with another score.
Yeah, nice quick change of field and then just rolling off of that break side for the quick score.
And And there it is, just a nice break throw and continuing that momentum.
Yeah, it's number 20, Cartagena, with the throw to number 33, Valeria Cardenas, for the score. Again, names that we've seemed to be calling a lot today for Revolution scores, really capitalizing on those their star players really taking over the game here today. So Revolution
Revolution.
starting out on defense again. I wonder if they're going to come out in that sort of zone junk look again. We could take one more look at what they're doing.
It worked well for them last time. The quick, unforced turnover from Raleigh with that Blady throw over the top.
Yeah, sometimes if you can just show a team something different, force them to mentally think in a different way than they have for the start of the game, then you can get those turnovers off of it. Nice deep
Yeah,
pull.
absolutely. Coming down. And yeah, it looks like it might be. No, it looks like they're picking up people here.
Yeah, I think just a little sag off of the handler at first just to take a throwing lane away. There's the turn though, Raleigh, or sorry, Revolution right off to it.
Looks like the disc may have just bounced up and down in the wind a little bit, causing confusion, causing the receiver to drop it. Another call on the field.
What do you think? Perhaps a travel or a pick
Yeah, that would
downfield?
make sense.
Looks like the downfield is talking.
Yeah, maybe a pick out of those two pairs right there. Trying to find out where they were at the time of the throw. Disc is back in live. Getting an easy under for some yards. Quickly resetting it. Players rotate out. They get a few more yards. Start working it up the line. Swinging it back towards the middle. Another call here. Not sure what this one was. Looks like the players were pretty separated. Maybe it was travel.
Yeah, it's fun to see Manu Cardenas sort of playing more of the quarterback role here on this point. She's very fun to watch in that. She's very quick first step, lots of great throws. She has one of the best around backhand breaks I've seen.
Looks like some contact here. Probably a pick. Swinging to the middle. Looking for a big inside window. Almost blocked. Oh, and almost caught as well.
Yeah, just enough there by the Raleigh defensive player to flash across.
Big throw. Looks like it's just going to sail out of bounds.
Bit of a long point here. Not sure if it's fatigue on parts of both teams or just the wind still playing tricks with everyone. Also, some still continuing some nice person defense, not making anything easy.
Absolutely. Nice switch on the handlers there. Raleigh crushing that strike cut. Revolution just continuing their quick give goes. On the goal line here. And a huge bid from Raleigh, but not going to be enough. Revolution punches in another goal.
Yeah, some more of their sort of patented small ball. Sometimes it looks like they're almost playing, sort of hot box, ultimate style out there with these quick give goes, nice little like sevens cuts to come back and find really the receiver anywhere that they need to be. So again, that's Manu sort of in that quarterback position, number 8, finding number 96, Ferrero for the score. So coming up on about, looks like we have 6 minutes left here in the final quarter of this the second semifinal of the day. Revolution with a
Revolution's got
pretty
us
comfortable lead here, but I think that players are still enjoying themselves. Still, both teams certainly playing very hard out on the field.
absolutely. Raleigh hasn't seemed to stop playing their tight defense at all. Still laying out, still going for big plays, still fighting just to get back into this game.
Nice upwind pull there.
Starting him on the sideline, lefty inside, and a big shot from Raleigh, and a great box out from the receiver. Big inside flick and scooped up for the goal.
All right. I believe that long throw was from number 4, Ashley Powell. She certainly, when I saw Raleigh play a few years ago, was a standout player. She's a very confident handler, can play both the small ball position and obviously can air it out, really precise there.
Here it is again. Huge inside flick. Floats out perfectly. Receiver boxes out, able to take it. And we see, looks like number 14 streaking up the field there. They just find her open, able to scoop it up and grab it. Great bid by Revolution.
Yeah, number 14, Stanlin with the score.
Those are the type of Raleigh points we're used to seeing. Those just big shots, and then following up with another, quick momentum-based score. Raleigh upwind pull, locking down on the first throws. A lot of picks
Yeah,
near
again, a
the
bit.
near the thrower.
Yeah, a lot of traffic in there.
Revolution finding an open throw on the other side of the field, slicing right through the middle. Easy reset, looking at some unders, faking off a few looks, finding a big gainer upfield on the sideline. Another one down the line, nice continue. A third, no, it looks like the handler or the mark pops off to stop it, and they find the inside window for the goal.
Yeah, some nice patience, nice decision making. They knew that they had gone to that sort of upline look too many times to put their foot on the brake, and then were able to find a nice open receiver in number 20 for the score, Cartagena again with her, and she seems to be on the scoreboard quite a lot today. Revolution there with
Definitely
a
one of the prime
captain to captain look. Number 1 Torres to number 20 Cartagena.
two leaders of the team finding space and winning their matchups.
Yeah, Torres, one of the more veteran players for this Revolution team. She's played for over 2 decades and captained different teams through Revolution.
Revolution with the upwind pull. Got a bit of a roller, pulling Raleigh closer to the sideline.
Hey, roller's the way to go on the wind. That's a great throw to have in your repertoire for a windy day. It's a good way to get some
Absolutely.
PT on a D line, is show your coach, your captain, that you can pull upwind.
Looks like a bit of a sag in the handler lane, or maybe another one of those zone looks. Couldn't really tell because the Raleigh thrower fires off a huge hammer.
There's that
Revolution
around
breaking the
backhand.
mark.
So pretty.
Oh, and what a snag! Tipping it and falling to catch it. Revolution continuing with their small game, just working it down the sideline. Finding a throw in the middle. Looks like maybe a
Oh,
miscommunication there.
yeah.
Raleigh with a great chance to score. Big throw to the open side and a continuation, and that's it.
Yeah, nice big around backhand there. I believe that was number 13, Tyler Smith, with a big around backhand, really opening up the field. And then Raleigh just able to roll off that break side and find someone in the end zone. Looks like another assist by number 6, Jenny Way, finding number 28, Claire Rivera, in the end zone.
Here we get another look. One of the few
It looks like
opportunities
it's a
Raleigh's had for the close to the end zone turn and then score chance to score.
interesting. I don't know if the mark got just the force mixed up there, but it was an open side, actually, backhand look, and then everyone was on the opposite side of their uh, person they were guarding. So I don't know if a little miscue on the mark there or what, but nice job capitalizing on that by Raleigh.
Yeah, absolutely. That kind of miscommunication with the mark can be devastating, just giving the cutters everything they want for free.
Let's see if Raleigh's going to show anything different here. I mean, I think that we have only seen them play person defense.
Yeah, even when they did
It's
that
like,
roller, they still just tried to do a hard mark and lock down.
yeah.
Hey, inside throw and a big shot up to the end zone. Nice grab by Revolution.
Oh no, looks like the player's injured on the play though.
Oh no.
Not sure. It looked like when the Raleigh player came down, I don't know if it just landed on a toe or a foot. Believe that's number 7, Ospina. Hopefully it's just a, acute, got stepped on, something like that, not a bigger injury. She's been, like I was saying earlier, a really solid handler and just all around player for this Revolution team this season. I don't like the looks of so many people down next to her on the field. That often is not a great sign.
Yeah, that's not good.
See if we can see
Gonna get a
anything on the
replay.
replay.
A nice inside look, and here it goes up. Let's see. Yeah, very closely contested.
Oh, yeah, it looks like there's just a little contact there on the end after the catch had been made. I can't quite tell if she's holding a knee or an ankle. This is not, I
Maybe
don't
she
love
came
that
down.
she's still down.
No. Looks like she could have landed maybe a little awkwardly.
Yeah, it looked like she took a step or two and then sort of started to feel something. So I think this situation, oftentimes the trainer's just sort of moving the knee around, making sure that all those ligaments in there are doing what they're supposed to be doing, and often can tell if it's a bigger injury from that. Looks like she's up, but needing some help to get off the field. Not a great sign here for Revolution.
Like she's being carried off right now. We have reports from the booth. Looks like it's a left knee injury. Hopefully, nothing too serious.
Oh, yeah, let's really hope not.
Point still stands for
Let,
Revolution. Looks like play is going to continue from here.
yeah. So that brings us to 17-9 with about just a little under 3 minutes here to play in the last quarter of the game. We'll let you know if we get an update from the field about the Revolution player, but hope that all is going well there. Hope all is okay. Okay, so Revolution coming out on defense here.
Upwind
Mascara with the
pull.
pool.
Love to see those upwind pulls that just beat the wind despite all it's trying to throw against the disc.
It looks like it may have come down right on that line or right inside of the line. Oh, nope. Must have been on the line. Going to take it to the middle.
Getting the pull like right on the sideline is always nice. You're able to limit the options right out of the gate. Bit of a sag in the lane and a turn for Rally Radiance. Revolution picking up about a quarter way down the field. Again, a lot of players in that handler space. They find an open one on the sideline. And that looks like a timeout call. We can confirm from the booth, Revolution timeout.
Interesting. I wonder what the thought is here. If it's just to trade out who's on that line, or just to kind of give your team a minute to catch their breath, reset. Often, a teammate going down, being injured is very hard on a team to mentally get back into that game space. So perhaps that's what Mauricio Moore is thinking here for Revolution.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Injury is a very unfortunate part of the game. Looks like Revolution's setting up, sort of isolating a player out in the middle of the field. The other cutter's on the side. And a shot right up the line. And a good bid with the defender there to cut them off. Raleigh Radiance with another opportunity to score here. Looking deep. And wide open. No contest. Faking up line. Another little give-go action. And an easy score for Raleigh Radiance.
Yeah, really nice using the downwind long game there.
We get a nice replay of that give-go action. Very heads-up play in Ultimate just to give the disc away and then start moving again. Having a player streak by to pull defenders too is always nice, opening up more options in the end zone. Looks like we're in the last 2 minutes of the game now. Raleigh trying to see if they can close the gap right now. Pull up the sideline, rolling all the way to the line. Quickly locking down and forcing them up line, keeping them there. And Revolution just firing straight up the line. Looking maybe to rotate now. Swinging to the middle. Looks like a throw into traffic is going to result into turnover.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that Raleigh has had the most success with defensively is pinning Revolution to a sideline.
And what a shot right off that turn. Quick grab, a little bit of a stumble, but nice catch by Raleigh Radiance.
Yeah, great focus to really reel in that upwind huck there.
Getting a replay here. Giving power position to that thrower. We can see the players start to streak up field. And a huge backhand rip. Completely uncontested in the deep space right there. Plenty of time to make a read and make a catch. So it hovers there for a little bit. She's able to find it, secure it, and keeps it all the way down.
Well done. Yes, that's number 14, Stanlin, with the score coming from the throw by number 23, Grace Connerly. Okay,
Raleigh
so
with a
minute
much needed break.
24 here left in the game. Let's see if Revolution is just going to try and hold possession here or what their game plan might be for this.
Yeah, not much need to run it up. Could just hold it for the easy win. Raleigh likely to try and keep them on the sideline again. Big downwind
Oh,
roller, and the disc
ah,
floats over 2, 3
wow.
players. Oh, they managed to grab it. That's one of those windy day ultimate looks. On the sideline, looking to trap here. Inside throw, contested, but still caught. What a bid and what a grab. Raleigh really
Yeah, I believe that
contesting
was
all of
Claire
these.
BC.
Solution still working it up that sideline. Back over to the middle. Huge poach on the other side of the field. Looks like they're just going to continue to work it in that shallow space. Revolution doing a great job of sticking with their resets.
I think at this point, just playing a little bit of keep away, maintaining possession.
Absolutely.
Big
Big around.
swing.
Yeah, just working using that space. Raleigh's going to have to try and force a turn here. Looks like they have a poach right in front of the lane. Trying to put them out of bounds. Shot up the line. And that's going to be a goal for Revolution.
Yeah, nice job watching the clock there with 4 seconds left to play, 3 seconds left to play in our game here, being aware of where the clock's at and able to make one more on the board.
This is likely going to give Raleigh a buzzer beater opportunity.
It looks
Here we
like we're
go.
getting
You
an
can
update
see
from the field here. There's only 10 seconds left to play in the game.
in the replay some of the defenders came in closer to the disc, trying to find an opportunity to force a turnover. Left the Revolution players unguarded in the end zone, and they were able to shoot it in.
Yeah, Mosquera doing a great job there, realizing, no one's really on me. Let me go find some space in the back of the end zone.
We'll likely see the Raleigh players streaking deep here right off the pole. Picking up. Quick pass and shooting it. Disc is curving. And looks like Revolution is going to come down with it and fire it right back.
Not a bad idea there. The fans love it. Love to see that little buzzer beater action here. That brings us to the
Yeah, just get
close of the second semi of the day. Revolution 18, Raleigh 11, setting the stage for our final PUL championship game tomorrow with Revolution versus DC Shadow.
Yeah, on behalf of the entire PUL organization, we thank you, the fans, for joining us and making this game one to remember. Again, tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Time for the final game. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.